Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. I have one scenario, sir. Basically, when we do the receiving, that time actually the warehouse operator will decide. But because in the warehouse normally they will have the two types of pallets. One is the 1 meter into 1 meter length and width. Another pallet is like 1.6 meter into 1.6 meter. Two types of pallets. Okay, so during the receiving time, the user will decide whether they want to use the big pallets or whether they want to use the small pallets. Okay, so in this scenario, basically, is there any possibility that I still use the packaging specification? I still maintain the two packaging specifications, one with the pallet type one, another packaging specification with the pallet type two for the same material. But during the packing, meaning when the inbound delivery created and distributed to EWM side, when we are physically receiving that product, is there any option for user to select which packaging specification supposed to apply for that particular delivery and then create the HUs in the system? Is there any possibility, sir? Because now I'm thinking that basically, since for the same material, we have the two types of pallets, I can create the two packaging specification, but when I'm trying to determine that, determine the packaging spec, actually it's always taking the first packaging spec.
Okay. You said that the user is going to decide manually when he's trying to put away or when he's trying to create the
When he's planning
wait,
to do the GR.
planning to do the GR.
Correct.
So here you don't receive the HUs from the vendor, but you are trying to do that, or are you going to receive it?
No, no. From vendor side, we will not receive any pallets. But during that unloading process, from that physically in the system, we don't want to do that unloading step also. But physically, during that unloading process, basically the user will select whether they will check in the warehouse, basically whether they have that small pallets are available or the big pallets are available. So based on that one, they will they will do the packing first and print the labels, and then they do the GR and then subsequently put away. But now the problem is, so I have only two types of pallets in my warehouse, but actually, if I cannot automatically determine and if I cannot give this option to choose, then they have to do it manually one by one. The manual one is kind of tedious job. So that is the reason I'm just thinking, is it possible for the same material with the different packaging materials, can we maintain the pack spec? And during the receiving time, is there any option for user to choose which pack spec supposed to use and create the HUs in the system?
Yeah, that actually you are saying that 1 meter pallet is material number 1, 2 meter, 1.6 meter pallet is material number 2, right?
No,
That's
no,
the
for
package.
same material, same material.
No. What I mean to say, packaging material I'm talking about. 1 meter
Correct,
pallet packaging material is pack 1, PACK 1. So 1.6 meter is PACK 2, correct?
correct, you are right.
You said that your vendor is not going to send that any packing information in your system, but while receiving through RF, you are going to pack it and receive it, correct?
Actually, I prefer like if we go to the PRDI transaction and then create the pack step, meaning when I go to the pack transaction from the PRDI, when I
Follow-on
select the pack,
function, follow-on function, instead of warehouse task, you are going to select pack, okay?
yes, correct.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we will select the pack. During that time, actually, I click on that generate packaging, generate HU, right, sir? So we have the button called it as generate HU. So during that time, if system able to show the two available packaging specification, which are created with the two different packaging materials for the same finished goods material. So then user can select one of the packaging specification, so that automatically system will do the packing, and then they want to print the labels, HU labels, and then subsequently they want to do that receiving by scanning the HU and then do the put away. But now what I see is, even though if I manage to create the two packaging specifications for the same finished goods, so during that from the pack transaction, actually, it is always taking the first packaging specification and it is creating that HUs with the first packaging specification.
Yeah, that is where, I mean, like, yeah, when you select that auto pack, you're saying that it is taking the pack spec one as a sequence one, correct?
Correct, you are right.
And then you're not considered like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, one thing is, of course, uh, why the user want to create it manually before receiving it? Question number. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, agree. I mean, you may have your tradition. Okay, I'm telling you your tradition. Okay, you're trying to do the packing manually before receiving it, and then you want to receive it, because it is also when you are selecting the packing. Okay, remember, when you are selecting the packing in the PRDI transaction, that's what you are saying to your system. This may be possible, but may not be real, right? For suppose you are using this function. I mean, I'm not talking about technical, okay? I'm talking about functional side, okay? Here, what you are saying to your system, you have 100 quantity, and then 20 is 20 is your 1 meter pack spec, and 25 is your 1.6 meter pack spec, okay? So what you are saying is, you are planning to select, you received maybe 105. That's exactly kind of 4 plus 4 1 meter pallet, and then fifth one is a 1.6 meter pallet. Okay, so you are choosing it 4 as pack spec 1 is a pack spec 2, and then you are trying to create it. But here, physically, if you don't have that packaging material, I mean, pallets on your warehouse, let us assume, okay? In such case, you might be changing it later. Okay? That's an assumption you are creating the.
Actually, the scenario, sir, basically, I'm trying to receive 100 finished goods products, and the total quantity is 100. So now the thing is that actually this 100 quantity, I know that basically I'm receiving 100 quantity, but actually when I'm unloading from the truck or the container, basically I will decide whether I want to use the small pallets or whether I want to use the big pallets. So say for example, small pallets can cater for 20 quantity and the big one maybe cater for 25 quantity. So sometimes what happens is, say for example, I don't have the small pallets in my warehouse. So so during that delivery, maybe I decided to use the big pallets. So that big pallet meaning I can put 25 quantity in one pallet. So I want to generate like 4 HU. In each HU, basically I want to pack 25 quantity. So this is scenario one. But maybe the next delivery, when I receive the next delivery for the same material, like 100 quantity again, that time maybe I will not have the big pallets in my warehouse. I will have only the small pallets. So in that case, basically, I will still unload it into the small pallets, and during that time, basically, since in one pallet I can keep only 20 quantity, that time actually I want to pack it into the 5 HUs. This is the scenario, sir.
No,
I
no,
mean,
I agree with you.
this
Why
scenario
why are
only
you?
is
I mean,
sorry.
my question is, you
Sorry.
don't need to use the PRDI transaction to do that. In RF itself, while unloading, end user physically unloading it, pack it into the real pallet, and then proceed with goods receipt and then put away.
That is one option. Yes,
Hmm.
sir. That option is available. But with
Hmm.
that option, basically every time user has to manually select that packaging specification, and every time they have to do that packing on the RF, right, sir? So I'm just thinking, like, is there any option like in one go, I will create 4 HUs or 5 HUs, and then later from the RF, I no need to do that packing anymore.
I think it will be possible with the enhancement when you are selecting it. Okay, when you are selecting auto.
Raju, Naveen, sorry to interrupt. I have similar requirement which we used in the pack screen that you are saying, right? There is an option called pack proposal. Beside that
Correct.
pack, automatically you'll get a pack proposal icon. Click on it, it will give you a pop-up. So in that pop-up, it will first propose from the pack spec, but you can change the HO type and the number of HOs. You have plus minus options there. If you give your desired HO type and click on create, it will create the HOs based on the HO type you give. So there
So
is some
Vishwanath,
option there that you can manually.
Yeah, that
so meaning
called
you're
as
already maintaining the two packaging specifications, and from the PRDI, when you click on that pack proposal, there is an option to choose the HU type, isn't it?
HO type. Correct. Yeah,
Yeah,
what
I
you're
think so.
saying is you should
It's been a
have the
long time.
packaging
Just check it out.
specification. Yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah, you're right. He is right. There is an option that is a pack
okay.
proposal. There is that is a pack proposal. And
Understand. Actually, I tried that option, sir. When I tried that option also, system taking the first pack spec, and that one was the grayed out one. Actually, I was unable to change it to the next one.
it should not be. I think
You should have an option. So you can delete them. You can. There is a delete option there. Delete icon. So if you don't want that, you can delete and then try to add again.
He's right.
Okay, okay, okay. Maybe I will check one
Just
more
check it
time.
out,
I
yeah.
tried this option.
We had
Yeah.
the main reason for this, Raju, is that business does not know what the vendor will send. So in my case, they had an open, like whatever HU that vendor sends, right? They will only know when they unload from the truck. So based on what vendor has sent, they will divide it into different HU types.
Correct.
Basically, they don't repack. They just use the same quantities like drum,
I think
pallet,
you're
etc.
talking about palletization screen, right?
Uh,
Palletization screen, you will see that based on
yes,
the
similar requirement. You also use the pack proposal for it.
correct. There is a palletization screen. In that you can do that, but that will be coming based on the PAK, zero PAK, I think, the condition record in the packaging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zero PAL, I think.
Zero PAL. I don't remember. Yes. Yeah, that's a palletization. There is a condition record, condition type. That condition type you have to use it. You can try that and then explore it. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
Naveen, just one question, just curious to know. So, you're saying that user will be deciding the packaging material at the time of unloading, right? So, why can't you just keep the unloading bin as a deconsolidation bin or any other work center? And user can just scan the packaging material there, right? There are only two packaging materials that you are saying. One is the small one, and the one is the large one. So for both these packaging material, we can have a separate barcodes. So whichever the user chooses to create, he can just scan that as a packaging material. So that system will generate the HUs up to their requirement, right? Why this is not being
Yeah,
thought about?
actually, I'm considering that option. That is what I'm proposing, but I'm just checking. Is there any other way to automatically create everything in one go? And then, why? Because this time, right? Basically, just checking. Is there any other option to use this packaging specification and choose either of the packaging specification? Why? Because that option, actually, we no need to maintain the packaging specification also. The user just need to scan the barcode, and then based on that one, they need to manually do the packing. So I'm just checking. Yeah, if I have the same for the same material, if we can maintain the two pack specs, is there any way to automatically derive it or not? I'm just exploring other options also. But yeah, whatever just now you explained, basically that option I'm considering. If I don't find any better way, basically this is what I'm planning to propose to the user.
Yeah, okay. Now, in my project, actually, this is what they have been doing. So they are also not sure about what the packaging materials were sent by the suppliers or the vendors. So what they will do, they will just measure the items, or they will just decide whichever items physically available, whichever packaging material physically available. They have a barcode. So like a barcode in the sense,
No,
they will not stick that
correct.
barcode to the pallets. Directly,
Just
the
yeah, on the
barcode will be
area,
available on the table itself.
temporary
Yeah,
area.
in the work center
Correct,
itself they
correct.
have both the barcodes available in that work center. So if they choose to pack it in a large pallet, they will scan the respective barcode. So that system will create a HU. And how many HUs ever you want, that also can be created in one go. In the same deconsolidation screen itself, you can control the number of HUs to be created, right? So you can also mention the number of HUs to be created, and then you can execute. And even in RF also, you can do the same thing. And then based on
Oh,
that, you can create it also.
oh, understood. Okay, okay,
This
okay.
will be the effective way. That is what I feel. But
Understood,
anyways, you can
understood.
also try the method that others have told about packaging material proposal and all those stuff. Yeah.
Understand, Karthik. So basically, okay, now I got one more clue. Meaning previously I thought that basically without moving it to the deconstellation or work center, I thought that they can directly scan the delivery number and then they can scan that the pallet barcode, which type of pallet, and then they can do that the packing accordingly. But the problem with the idea what I had it, basically they have to scan it for every pallet they have to scan the barcode. But now, what you just explained, basically, instead of scanning every time, basically, if I move it into that deconstellation or work center kind of bin, from there, I can generate multiple HUs in one go by selecting the pack spec, and then maybe they will scan it
Packaging
accordingly.
material only. You don't have to select the pack spec. You can just scan the packaging material and give the number of handling units so that it will generate number of handling units you want.
Okay, understand, Karthik. Okay, okay. Maybe I will
So
explore
you
this
don't
option.
yeah, by this method you don't have to stick the barcode in all the pallets. You just have to stick the to just two barcodes in your work center area
Correct,
only.
correct. Agree,
Yeah,
agree.
in that
Understood.
table, two barcodes can be stuck, and you can just scan that barcode, whichever you want. That's it. But if it keeps increasing, then we may have to think about other options. Like if there are so many packaging materials, then at that time we may have to think about. Even in our project, we have so many packaging materials that they choose. For that, they have kept a table, in a tabular format in that work center table itself. They have printed in an A4 sheet, and they have stuck that A4 sheet in that work center. So against each packaging material, they will give the description, and they have given the barcode. For example, some carton box this size, like 1 meter or 2 meters, then another carton box 1.5 meters, whichever will get fit in. They have given some list of packaging materials, like up to 10 to 12 packaging materials will be there. Against each packaging materials, they have given small barcodes. Just in A4 sheet, it will fit in. So they'll
Got
just
it.
scan that and immediately they can generate. So that will not take much time, and that is not also not that much of mundane or hectic work for the users. It will be quite easy only. They just have to
Agree,
scan it,
agree.
create a HU and repack. That's it.
Agree. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Karthik. I think I will
Mm.
explore on this option.
But
Yeah.
with there will be extra warehouse task, right? From GR zone to the consolidation or pack work center,
Yeah,
which
that is
need.
based on the requirement only, right? So, for example, if you are going to unload it directly in the deconsolidation station, you can set the storage tab role as work center as staging area group, right? So that you don't have to bring the product to the staging area and then bring it to the work center. Directly, if you are going to unload everything in the deconsolidation work center only, then you can just specify it as work center in staging area group, right? So that you can minimize the movements. Extra warehouse tasks need not be created, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, the one warehouse task that is going to be created is for repacking, 3040 WPT repacking. That is the one that is going to create, and that is created in backend only. There is no so much of involvement of the users and all. So that's
Yeah,
based on the user's requirement only. If the warehouse is so small, at that time they will not have a dedicated staging bay, and they will not have a dedicated work center. Instead, they will combine the work center and staging area group as same thing, and they will just unload it directly from there. So that is clearly based on the user's requirement only. In both these cases, it is possible.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm, yeah.
Good, yeah. Thank you, guys, for your contribution. I'll stop the recording.